Hey there, Libra. This is Chance from Vital Revive Tarot, and we are looking at a love and energy reading for February 4th to the 11th, 2019. Man, that's a mouthful. This is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, if you guys enjoy these videos, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. But let's get right to the reading. So, when we're focusing on an energy reading, we're looking at things that are going on spiritually. Kind of what's clouding our judgment, what can't we see in our lives, what can we work on, things we can improve, okay? And if you're someone who likes to improve their life, which I think a lot of us do, then stay tuned. So let's look at this. I'm going to shuffle 2 more times here, so just give me a second. And here we go. So, we're going to be looking at what energies are clouding me. So we get the Angel of Love, and I get it in reverse. So this could be healing from a past relationship that maybe didn't go well. And this could be something that happened recently. There could have been a breakup, not a broke-up. There could have been a breakup that happened a couple months ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. I don't feel like it's super recent, but I do feel like it's a couple months to a couple weeks. Some of you guys will have a different experience, but that's what I'm feeling here. When I see the Angel of Love in reverse being the issue that we're going through, maybe there's a sense of not feeling like we're worthy to be loved, or maybe we're working on the sense that we are enough, right? Like if we're alone, it doesn't mean that we've failed. It just means that right now in our life, we're walking our road alone. And sometimes when you're alone, you can really appreciate the beauty of life. You can really appreciate the road that you're walking, because it makes being in a relationship that much better, because you know the road you walked on. Your partner will know the road they've been on, and together you can journey to new places. And you can talk about your journeys that you've had with your partner too, but ultimately, when we're looking at getting ready to heal, what we're doing is we're investing in ourselves, and we're investing in our self-care. It's another form of hygiene, I think. When we're talking about mental hygiene, you get that mental floss out and start really going at it. We dental floss, then we mental floss, right? But when we're working through that, it's important to realize that we need to give ourselves time to heal. From one relationship to the next, if we keep jumping around, it makes it so that it's difficult for us to really understand what's going on. This here's Yoshi. Okay, and now he's doing something. Anyway, but when we're focusing on what's really happening and what's really going on in our lives, we start to see that there's kind of a pattern. This pattern, when we start to heal it, when we start to heal trauma, when we start to heal, a sense of completeness starts to come into our lives, and then we become sort of like our own best friend, and from there we can look at building up a good relationship with another person, because we know ourselves well enough, and we know what our triggers are that make us kind of fly off the handle and go crazy, because everyone has them, and we know what we can do when that happens. Okay, we know we can take things not in a personal way as much. Basically, it helps us not to be as sensitive. Okay, so with that being said, our next card here, we're looking at, so how can we change this? How can we look at this differently? How can we heal? And I get the 6th chakra Archangel Metatron, okay? So this card right here, we're talking about the third eye. I like this card a lot. I think it's really cool looking. So when we're talking about Metatron, he was like the scribe of God, if I can remember right. We're looking at knowing ourselves, okay? Like I was just saying, when we're walking a road ourselves, we're knowing ourselves. We're developing a sense of knowledge. We're developing a sense of self-mastery. When we're on that journey, we're focusing on developing. It could be psychically, it could be an intuition, but definitely developing a relationship with ourself. And I know that sounds strange to hear that, but think about the way you talk to yourself in your head. Is that actually you talking to yourself, or is that something from your mom or your dad? Or is that something from your childhood? Is that voice a reflection of who you are now? Or is that voice a reflection of who you were and still continue to be stuck as a few years ago? Okay, that's what we're looking at. When we start to heal trauma, that voice that we hear starts to become something we can actually tune into and listen to a lot more. And eventually we can start to develop intuition and psychic ability. But for now, we need to listen to our voice. We need to listen to that inner voice. And we need to make it something that we can understand and that we can nod our head yes to, and we can feel confident and good about ourselves. But we have to start with healing first. And healing from love, because it's a very vulnerable thing, it's actually a very beautiful thing to be able to heal from this, because when you can heal from this, you can heal from anything. And you need to be gentle with yourself, give yourself time. If you guys want to, you can absolutely email me, vitaltarot777@gmail.com, or you can visit my website and you can read from there. But if not, then I want to give you guys something that's not just me talking about my website. Be gentle with yourself. The first step is forgiveness, and then you go from there. Okay, that is the first step. But not forgiveness. It's not forgiveness to yourself. It's like forgiveness for the situation where you couldn't forgive. Our first step is forgiving ourselves for not being able to forgive. And we need to be gentle. We need to be kind with ourselves. That's definitely where we're coming from. That's definitely the sense that we need to have, is just gentleness. And not if a relationship didn't work out, we're not failures. Okay? If something didn't work out, we didn't fail. I feel like that's just a harsh word to use for a black and white world. You either fail or succeed, and I don't understand why there can't be a middle ground, like where you're working through it. You know what I mean? That to me needs to change. There needs to be gray areas. Not 50 shades of gray, but just gray areas. Alright? My cat here is letting me know what's going on. Let's look here. So this is your love part of your reading. So how am I feeling about love? Or how is Libra feeling about love? And I get passion in reverse. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. When I see this in reverse, we're definitely looking at allowing ourselves to... I just feel like it's kind of like you guys are feeling like love happens for other people, but not for me. And that can be disheartening, because I feel like there's a sense of sort of losing faith in love, or losing faith in other people loving you. And this becomes a lot easier to deal with when we realize that we are the love we're seeking. As corny as that sounds, that really is what it is. And when I see passion in reverse, I do feel like this is something that you're taking particularly hard. Maybe things you enjoyed doing, you're not really enjoying as much anymore. Maybe because you did these with another person. And I think that there's a sense of healing that needs to happen, a sense of cutting the cord, so to speak. You can look at my other videos on cutting the energetic cord. If you're really feeling obsessively like, I can't stop thinking about the person or the situation, look into that video, and that can help you guys move on. But only if you're ready to heal should you watch that. If you're someone who kind of enjoys the punishment, then I would say don't watch it, because this is for people that want to improve. This is for people that are ready to move on. Okay, so that's the important thing to realize here. All right, so let's look at this next card. So why are we feeling this way? And yeah, we get the unrequited love card. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So that's definitely why we're feeling this way. It's a sense of us overreaching and overextending ourselves to the other person, and them doing nothing in return to return the favor. And that gives us a sense of an unequal energy exchange. That gives us a sense of a lack of balance. And that's not a fun thing. That is not at all fun to go through. So I don't blame you guys for feeling a sense of like lethargy when it comes to the love department, feeling a sense of like emptiness there, because when you did give it a try, the other person didn't return your feelings. But that could also mean that the person we were trying to do this with wasn't ready to do that. Okay, and that's kind of on us. If the person's not ready to open up and we're trying to get them to, then that's on us because we were trying to open them up when they weren't ready. And that's on them too because they're in a relationship with you. You know, there needs to be communication, okay? That's the whole thing, is that we need to communicate our feelings. There needs to be a sense of mutual understanding besides the communication. So let's move on here. We're going to go to how can I change it? And so I get healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, okay? And I got it in reverse. And so for some of you, it's going to be some pretty strong family issues. And I want to say this. So when we forgive, we don't forgive, especially if something really horrible happened. We don't forgive with the sense of like, I'm okay with what happened and how they treated me was absolutely fine. That's not why we forgive. That's not what it's about. We forgive to let go of that burden of hate or that burden of carrying those negative emotions. We forgive ourselves for not being able to move on. We forgive that, okay? We're not saying that what they did was okay and we're all right with it when we forgive. No. You don't have to contact these people and say, hey, I'm sorry, I forgive you for what you did. No, you don't have to do that. This is about letting yourself heal, giving yourself time, and realizing that it's about you. When we're healing family issues, realize that you don't want to carry that hate anymore, and you're just done with that. And when you're ready to heal, you will start to heal. That's definitely what I have, but some people have been through a lot with their family, and I don't think that you should go through anything else more with these people. If you feel that you're done with them, you're done with them. But definitely look at healing what was done so that you can feel better, okay? It's about you feeling better, and that's what I care about. So definitely look into that. Forgiveness is about you feeling better, and you're not forgiving. Yeah, I just can't stress that enough. You're not forgiving them for doing a horrible thing, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I overreacted to whatever, and I'll forgive you for it. That's not what it's about. It's about letting go of that feeling of carrying a hate or a heavy burden, or you know, those kinds of negative feelings that we don't feel attached to, we don't feel good with. But that is your reading, you guys. If you would like something more personal and in-depth, you can email me. The link's down below to my website, and also you can look in the description and you can see all the other videos in the description. So look down there and you can see from Aquarius to Virgo. You can see all the other videos that I've done. So I love you guys. Take care and have an awesome week. Talk to you soon. Bye.